My name is Dr. Ziv Cohen. I am a board-certified psychiatrist and clinical assistant professor of psychiatry at Weill Cornell Medical College, and I'm also the medical director here at Principium Psychiatry, where we bring cutting-edge treatment to addressing mood and anxiety disorders. I wanted to talk with you today a little bit about transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS. So often people wonder, what exactly is TMS? How does it work? It can seem very unfamiliar to people and a little bit daunting. So I wanted to give you just a little bit of information or a little bit of an overview about what TMS is. So transcranial magnetic stimulation is a treatment that uses an electromagnetic field to stimulate the brain directly. So essentially we run a current through a magnet, and we use that to generate pulses, and those pulses are directed to a very specific part of the brain called the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. That's an area of the frontal lobe which is involved in some of the symptoms of depression. We know that that area of the brain tends to be hypoactive or underactive when a person is depressed. And so the way TMS works is that we use the magnet to directly stimulate that area of the brain. By doing it repeatedly over a period of a few weeks, we're able to actually increase the metabolic activity in that part of the brain in a stable way, so that the metabolic signature of that part of the brain has changed and it looks more like a healthy brain, or like a normal brain, or in other words, a brain that isn't depressed. And that leads to symptom remission. So that's how TMS works. The good thing about TMS is that it's a very modern way of stimulating the brain, in that sense that it's non-invasive. So we're essentially resting the magnet against your head in a specific location, which we're able to map. And the magnet is going to deliver these pulses to your brain, and you don't need to be hooked up to anything. You're not receiving any medication. It's a completely non-invasive treatment. So in what way is TMS different from other treatments for depression? Well, the main treatment for depression that I want to compare TMS to today is medication. So medications I like to think of as a bottom-up approach to the treatment of depression. And I say that because medications boost neurotransmitter levels. For example, the SSRIs, the serotonin-specific reuptake inhibitors, they increase the level of serotonin. So these are medications like Prozac or Zoloft or Lexapro. And when you increase serotonin levels, you're actually strengthening certain neural circuitry, or certain areas of the brain are going to become more active when you increase serotonin levels, and that helps achieve remission of symptoms in depression. So that's a bottom-up approach, but TMS is really a top-down approach. What we're doing with TMS is we're actually directly stimulating the circuits, and that leads to an increase in metabolic activity such as neurotransmitter release in those circuits. But we're actually working on the circuit level, so it's a top-down approach. And the reason this approach is important is that a large number of patients are not going to respond to conventional treatment. Probably about 40% of patients do not respond to their first trial of antidepressant. And then if you try a second round of antidepressants or a third round of antidepressants, you're going to have some individuals who will respond, but you'll still have a large number of people overall who haven't responded to medications. And for those people, we need an alternative approach. And one such alternative approach is transcranial magnetic stimulation. It's a very promising treatment for depression with very good results and large clinical trials that support its efficacy. So for that reason, TMS is a very promising treatment approach. It's primarily used for depression, but we also use it for anxiety, and it is being looked at for other conditions like PTSD, dementia, and ADHD. We offer TMS here at Principium Psychiatry, and We think that we've seen very good results with it with our patients. So that's a general overview of TMS. If you have any questions, feel free to write into our office. You can visit our website at principiumpsychiatry.com. You're also welcome to browse our website, where we have a lot of information on TMS and other treatments. And finally, you can always revisit our YouTube channel, where you'll see more information and more videos posted about the treatments that we offer here. So thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing you next time.